Guys, the Ocarina of Time price might have just been revealed, and it's pretty exciting. Let's talk about it. So I want to start this off by saying take this with a grain of salt. This is no absolute confirmation, but we have info that from PlayAsia.com, the game might be listed at $60. Now, it's a possibility this is a placeholder price. They might be doing this as an estimate. I don't exactly know, but it's also a possibility this is a retail thing, that they have retail notes and they just put this out because we have seen this before, right? We have seen price leaks based on this before. And to be honest with you, it actually isn't as crazy as it sounds. Now, I personally thought Ocarina was going to be around $70 to $80 because, let's be real, it's Ocarina of Time. Nintendo's kind of a greedy company. They could squeeze us for all of our pennies, right? Right? That's how we all feel, right? But Nintendo isn't really doing that lately. It's kind of funny, but this week alone, from Steam to PlayStation to Xbox, it just somehow, overnight, it seems like Nintendo has honestly became the best option again. And a part of that goes with their recent pricing strategy. Now, as we all know, Nintendo started doing $80 games last year for big games and $70 games for big games that aren't Mario. But it appears that strategy did not work the way they thought it would, as this year they brought the game down, price down a little bit. Certain games are $70 physically and $60 digitally, and most recently with Star Fox and Splatoon Raiders, those games have been $60 physical games and $50 digital games. I cannot remember the last time a Switch game was $50, yet it's happening right now, and nobody is talking about this. And I really like how Nintendo made digital games cheaper, but at the same time, they made them only $10 cheaper. You might go, what? And while I agree, it would be great if it was more cheaper, but by only doing a $10 difference, you're not making it to where people are only going to buy digital. So they're not really cutting out physical. You know what I'm saying? $10 isn't a big enough reason to not buy a physical, in my opinion. But it also is kind of a nice discount, so I like that. But the fact that they did this with Splatoon Raiders, a totally brand new game, which is going to sell because, let's be honest, Splatoon's pretty popular, and it'll be the first Splatoon you can actually play offline. They also just did it with Star Fox, and Star Fox is an Ocarina of Time essentially, right? It's very similar to Ocarina of Time in the sense that it is a Nintendo 64 game remade from the ground up. So we've seen this before with Nintendo where they set these kind of prices for some of these games. So what if Nintendo is actually going to do that? What if they're actually going to put Ocarina in the same box as Star Fox? Now, I don't know if they're really going to do that. It is a possibility that, they're basing it to be a $60 game based on what Star Fox and Splatoon are. That is very much a possibility. I want to make it clear, this is not official. Nintendo has not come out and said this. But it is kind of interesting. And if we're being honest with you, it's the smartest move Nintendo could actually make. Because let's be real, Ocarina is going up against GTA 6. And let's also be real, Nintendo players don't play GTA, right? They're not going to be playing GTA 6 on launch day, not all of them. And not just the Nintendo players, but the kids, right? The kids aren't getting GTA 6 for Christmas. So just imagine you're a parent and you're walking down the video game aisle of Walmart and you have the option to buy an M-rated video game that has a code in the box for $100, or you could buy Ocarina of Time for $60. This is one of the smartest moves Nintendo could actually pull to combat GTA 6. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Ocarina of Time has anything to worry about. It is not just a Nintendo game, it is the Nintendo game for a lot of people, so I don't think it's really got any competition. And like I said too, the people who are actually going to play Ocarina of Time are not the people who play GTA 6, so while I don't think it's going to pull GTA 6 numbers, it's definitely going to be one of the best-selling Switch games. It might even wind up being the best-selling Switch 2 game behind Mario Kart World, at least till the 3D Mario game comes out. But overall, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is actually a possibility that Nintendo might put this game at $60? And imagine if it's $60 and $50 digitally. Can you imagine getting this game? And this is a 30-year-old game, but it's being remade from the ground up. They're possibly adding a voice cast to this game, and it's, again, this is not a Nintendo game. This is the Nintendo game. And we're looking at $60? This is mind-blowing, guys. And either way, I'm very excited about it. And let me know what you think in the comments.